Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to our first episode of Season 3 for Holding Court with the Empress of West Hollywood. My name is Enoch Miller. We're Empress Of WeHo. And thank you so much for being with us today! We want to give a special shout out to GayLifeLA.com for helping make all this possible here, as well as Kings Road Apartment Homes. And then also our amazing sponsor, Impulse Group Los Angeles, who are all about helping gay men living fun, sexy, sophisticated, and healthy lifestyles. They just came out with a new web series called Gay-ish. So go check it out on Impulse LA's Facebook page. It's a really cute 3-part web series. The first one's really adorable. The second one's a little intense. And then the third one just like Alaska Thunderfuck gets in there and reads our community for filth. So you're going to want to check it out. It's really great. Go to Impulse Group Los Angeles. And you can see that on Facebook, or go impulsegrp.org for all the stuff online for that out. But they're located in 10 countries with over 24 chapters now, so they're an amazing organization for LGBT individuals, helping them have so much fun here in the gay community. And speaking of everyone's favorite gay comedian, we have the amazing Shawn Pelofsky here.
I thought you were going to say Margaret Cho.
No. I didn't say Asian comedian. But she is the actually one of the most rare things you'll see out in southern United States, a Jewish Oklahoman. I mean, what, you're one of 10 Jews that have survived Oklahoma?
Yeah, I'm like a unicorn. But here's the good news, I got out.
Yeah, just like the rest of us. We got out for the Midwest. But you grew up in Oklahoma with you have a very cute family. It's you and you have 3 sisters?
I have two older sisters.
Okay.
Much older.
And
and then I have a younger brother.
Yeah. Okay. So she has 3 sisters. Okay. He hasn't come out quite yet. We're waiting on that little jewel.
You're going to wait a long time for that one.
We're hoping. No, but she has an amazing family. A very supportive family too. They're so great. I've seen stuff that you've had online with them, and they're super great with you. So talk about the different dynamic of growing up in Oklahoma, and then when you moved to LA, kind of what was the shell shock experience for you going from such a very conservative area of the U.S. to something so liberal?
Well, you know what? I was born and raised by parents who were from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
So they were pretty outgoing people. As most Jews are. And so, I kind of was always, we would travel to a lot of places, especially like on Christmas break when everybody would celebrate Christmas. The Jews would flee and we'd go places like Hawaii. Right. And we would go to New York a lot. So I got to see what big cities looked like. Okay. It's not that Oklahoma City wasn't a big city, but you're right. It was more conservative, family-oriented. It's the heartland, right?
It's the heartland. It's not, I mean, yes, like it is a big city, but it's nothing like LA or New York. It's completely different.
And there's a church on every corner. And people were really nice there. But I was just always really proud. I don't know why. I was so proud of being Jewish in Oklahoma. When we'd have show and tell, like I would bring matzah for Passover, which is like they all were just sitting there looking at that large cracker, and they're like, "What the hell is the large cracker?" And I'm like, "Matzah."
Oh, okay. I was gonna say they were looking at the large cracker or the actual cracker.
Oh, no, everyone was a cracker. They're all white. They were all white. Is what I'm saying. There was one African American in my high school, but we'll get to that person in a minute. But it was it was nice to grow up there, but again. I always knew kind of what I wanted to do. And as a kid, I knew early that I wanted to get out of town. And I had thought ideally I wanted to do something like Saturday Night Live. Yeah. And do sketch comedy and play characters and do impersonations. And so then I knew that I was going to leave. I mean, all my sisters, they had, moved on. They went to college far away. And I thought I would actually end up in the East Coast, but I ended up at USC where my other sister was going to school, and I knew for me I kind of got assimilated with being out here because I'd go out, I'd visit her, and then I came out to California and it just kind of seemed like second fiddle to me. I wasn't completely shocked about how people were. I think was kind of a well-rounded individual.
Definitely, for sure. And it's LA, I think really plays to your aesthetic as an individual. You're very outgoing, you're very expressive, you're very entertaining.
Oh, people are so outgoing out here. They're so friendly.
They're so friendly.
They're just crazy. I mean, people are crazy out here.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I had the favorite expression someone told me once of Los Angeles. It is the biggest bowl of cereal full of fruits, nuts, and flakes, which is so very true.
Flakes. I mean, I told you, as I got here, I had a Lyft driver, and he was driving with he just had one foot up, and he was driving while holding his phone and talking to me. I was like,
I would have lost my shit.
road.
I would have died. I think I would have lost a few things with that.
Well, I lived. I made it.
Oh God. So going to USC, you went for theater, and you're studying theater.
Yeah, it's very lucrative. Definitely. You send your kid to a college that costs $200,000 a year. Make sure they get a degree in drama.
Yes.
That is going to work out. It's worked out, really. I'm sure my parents were just sweating when I was like, I want to do theater. My sister went to law school. My other sister was in medicine. My brother was in medicine. And I was like black sheep, baby. I was like, theater.
Which is why we she's an honorary gay because of it. Because she went to theater and did all the stuff we did. And actually, during that time, and right before you graduated, you were doing Groundlings as well.
Yes. And
working with them. What was that experience like? Because first of all, Groundlings is very well known here. I mean, it's right down the street here on Melrose. What was kind of that experience for you getting into that sketch comedy scene and doing all the stuff with that?
Yeah, someone had told me I was interning at Paramount at some production company, and I was, maybe I was 18 years old, and they said, you want to do SNL type of characters and impersonations? Well, then, there's only one place for that, and it's where all the SNL people, they come from Second City in Chicago, and then they also come from this place in Los Angeles called the Groundlings. So, you have to train, go through their program, so you should take their classes. And I was like, okay. So you pay the money, you audition, you go through, and I think I was kind of naive. I thought, I'm so funny, I'm really good. And I got in there, and it was really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I was in class with people like Will Ferrell. He was a bank teller at the time.
Wow.
But there were certain people that you looked at, you put your eye on, and you're like, oh my gosh. He could not do anything everything that came out of his mouth was completely funny. He never had a bad improv, a bad sketch. And I thought, I came in kind of confident, and as time went on, you'd get some Groundling teachers that, watched all their friends get on SNL and maybe didn't make it. And I had this one teacher, Melanie Graham, fuck you. This bitch was so mean to me. And I showed up I made the mistake of showing up in my sweatshirt with my sorority letters on it.
Oh.
And when I walked in, she goes, you were a Chi Omega? She's like, my mom was one. I went to the University of Alabama, but I didn't get in. Well, that's because you're fat and ugly, Melanie Graham. So, and from then on, she was so mean to me, and I would just drive home crying, and it just was really hard. But then I was taught by greats like Patrick Bristow.
Wow.
He's a genius. And I was taught by Mindy Sterling, who, I mean, it's just bow down to some of the greats.
Wow.
But for Melanie Graham, she broke my spirit and my soul, and I kind of went kind of far in there, and then I just gave up because it was too much for me, and I just gave up that dream of Groundlings.
Yeah. Well, and then you went on to I feel like a little bit of a better dream. You went to Acme then after that, which is another very prestigious place for comedy and sketch. And what do you feel was kind of the differences between the two that you what did you like more about Groundlings, and what did you like more about Acme that kind of really helped strengthen you as an artist?
Groundlings teaches you improv.
Okay.
And that is it is the weapon that I carry with me now in stand-up. I think you can write a routine very easily, but to be able to work off your feet and be fast, I praise the Groundlings for training me in improvisation. And the late Cynthia Seghetti, who was my mentor at Brownings, and then she left there, and she taught anyone who's everyone. Lisa Kudrow, any late night talk show host. These people, everybody took from her, and so I think Acme and Groundlings were similar in some ways, but Groundlings got the crowds Acme at the time was still struggling to compete with them. But the troupe that formed there were really some funny people there. We had Alex Borstein, who went on to do Mad TV. He's on The Marvelous. You know, Mrs. Maisel. And we had Dan Bukatinsky, who went on to write a lot of he worked on a lot of great shows and still does, and has won Emmys for that. And we were like a family there, and that's what I liked about that.
It was just more the group aspect.
And it was all sketch oriented.
Yeah.
It just was sketches to like an audience of 10.
And I mean, you've done stuff. You were a regular at the world famous Comedy Store, which we've seen you there, and I love your set. It's hilarious. But you've also, what's so great about it, you've also seen you be in the MC there as well, hosting and introducing other comedians as well.
Yeah.
I think I saw you there with Tommy Lee one time.
Tommy Lee? Was I there with him?
Yeah, you introed and everything.
I don't think I brought Tommy Lee. I think I would remember that. Are you sure? How much Molly did you do that night?
I had a lot of alcohol that night.
I wish I brought out Tommy Lee. But I mean, it's like, I'd be like, well, I wouldn't need the mic, you know, he's,
you wouldn't.
I'm a size queen, I'd be like, Tommy Lee's penis, everybody.
Just the tip. And then you also were doing a lot of stuff with touring, and I want to kind of get your opinion on touring life, because you did a lot of stuff for performing for the troops, which is amazing. Everything from, from Afghanistan to Guantanamo Bay.
Like tourist areas.
Just a few little places, some little niche tourist spots.
Bora Bora, Afghanistan.
I couldn't even pronounce half of these words on something. That's why I would skip to the ones I knew. But it's like Bassani.
You mean like Bahrain?
Yeah, that one. I was like, no, done. What was that like? Because being a regular on a stage in a U.S. location to somewhere overseas. Because a lot of these places, are they just an open stage in this big hangar, or what's the experience like?
Oh gosh. Oh well, no. None of them are on a big stage in an open hangar. I didn't get the Bob Hope treatment.
Okay.
I wasn't flown in like J-Lo, dropped. You know, I was in the shit.
Oh jeez.
I went to forward operating bases.
Oh,
they're called FOBs. So I was on places like the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan, where you may have troops of 80 men and women. And at night, they shut off the lights on the bases so they can't get mortared by the enemy. So you're just in the dark, like Blair Witch Project, trying to go to the outhouse, and you're like, I'm so scared. And I didn't. I just would pee my pants, and I'd just be like, I'm not going to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
So I would land in a Black Hawk sometime.
Oh,
I would land in a Black Hawk. I would get ready, and listen, it takes me 2.5 hours. This just does not wake up looking so fabulous. And I would get up at 3 in the morning. We'd get in a Black Hawk. We'd fly. We would land. We'd hit a base at 10 a.m. doing comedy on rocks.
Wow.
In the middle of the desert. And these guys are just sitting there with their M16s. You know, it's 10 in the morning. And they don't have liquor there. They're not allowed to drink. They're sober. And they are, you just got to be ready, and anything goes. And then you get in the Black Hawk, you leave. I mean, some shows we'd have night with bigger audiences, and like Bosnia, I had some big audiences there where the general, a 4-star general, is sitting there, and that's fun because you get to anything goes for me. And if I want to take a pot shot at the 4-star general,
it's kind of
I do, and it's fun for these men and women because.
They could never do.
They would never. They wouldn't live. And it was really cool. And when I went to Bosnia after the war, and this was a couple years after the war, and I'm out at base, and they said, President Bill Clinton, and he wasn't president anymore at the time. They said he's going to come speak to the troops. It was the anniversary, when he had helped stop the war over there, and he came in. And you could eat in the mess hall with him afterwards.
Really? Wow.
And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go meet Bill Clinton. And I was wearing this tight titty sweater because, at the time I was single, and I was actually just really trying to go over there to find a man. And I found more than one. But that's another 2-hour story. And
did you bring a cigar?
Did I bring so? Well, then I went to go meet him. And the special force, not special forces, but the
Secret Service?
The Secret Services they saw me coming, and he had his tray with his okra, and it was like Skinny Bill.
Yeah.
And as soon as, and I had a friend getting ready to go take a picture, and literally it's him like with his tray, me coming in, and the Secret Service like grabbing me. They saw giant Jewish titties coming towards, and they're like, we ain't gonna let him fall for this one again.
Yeah, we know.
No,
She
I
has a
did
blue
not.
dress
Have
on.
sex.
And I have a picture of that
Oh,
on
my
my fridge. I made a holiday card out of it. It's just like Bill getting his tray of okra, and me coming in like I was really close to meeting him.
Oh, and so I love this. So what was like what are your favorite takeaways from getting and doing that experience for you as a professional? Like, what is one thing you really kind of had to button up for yourself in your act to really kind of play to? I mean, again, because you're in this, they're like you said, they're there with their guns, they're in the midst of it. Like, what was kind of, did you have to change everything a lot, or was it pretty much the same throughout with your sketch?
Yeah, well, when you go over there, and when I went there, there was the whole don't ask, don't tell policy.
Oh, okay.
So gay jokes weren't really a thing
Okay.
for them over there. I mean, you always got the Navy, so that's as gay as it gets.
Yeah, semen jokes out the wazoo.
Yeah. But you know, that just kind of was not something that you really did, and you're not allowed to talk about the president.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I mean that they didn't want jokes about the president. So, I mean, right now, if I had to go over there, I don't know what I would say.
Yeah.
I would just be like, I have nothing else to say. But
my material is done.
yeah, but I mean, I would cater again. You know, you got to work with each base is different.
We're obviously right.
And each highest ranking official is different,
Right.
who you're talking to. And you observe things when you go to the base.
Okay.
And just the littlest things. And if you can catch something that they all can relate to,
Gotcha.
that's your best bet. You can talk military and you can talk about your life.
Right.
But right now in that moment, I mean, they're in a war zone. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares that I grew up Jewish in Oklahoma?
Right.
Who cares? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard dating. They don't care. They're like, bitch, I am fighting the Taliban.
Right.
So.
Oh my God! But I mean, it's so very true. And I mean, for you, I mean, doing all this different stuff. I mean, I love that you brought the kind of the gay stuff with that, because now we're going to switch over to doing gay cruises
Yes.
for you. Because this is I feel like where we grew to love you and became, our token straight gay comedian. So for gay cruises,
Can you say that a little louder to Rich Campbell?
straight gay comedian. Well, she's our honorary gay.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
you've been doing this for a few years now. For doing
9 years.
9
9 years. 9 years,
I
yeah.
couldn't find the exact number, but I knew it was a while.
Yeah, it was a dream, working for Atlantis Cruises and coming on and just traveling on all gay male cruises. You know, it's just like that 3,000 men and nut huggers, and it's crazy. And people are always like, oh, don't you want to work some straight cruises? And no, I don't.
No.
Because how could anything be more fabulous? You have parties. There's a gay party, a costume party every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
People are rolling and dying. You're like, why are you dying? We're in Greece. Why are you dying on a boat right now? But this is just like the shit I saw. It became very secondary to
Yeah.
me. Like it was like, oh, it's a Tuesday. The 5 guys eating ass, great. It didn't matter. It just was the community just everybody can be themselves and nobody passing judgment. Well, you know, there's queens of the boat. We all pass judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all
But,
judgy bitches.
Yeah, no, it's been an honor. I mean, it's this weird juxtaposition from something like going to entertaining the troops,
Yeah.
and then going to something like being amongst the gay community,
Yeah.
floating at water with just spooge everywhere, and I loved it. And
And not the lube.
yeah, what a great experience. I'm a very lucky comedian.
Yeah.
Many comedians wish that they could be to
Well,
do
and
this.
I mean, and you're performing for hundreds and hundreds of people
Yeah.
on a daily basis with
Yeah.
that. And what was kind of I was gonna say what was your favorite part, but we just heard your favorite part of that. But what was kind of like your one, like if there was a specific moment you could pull out from doing that where you were just like, oh my God, like the funniest thing you can remember from one of those cruises, or maybe like anything that would just stood out more than the regular crazy shit that was going on.
Well, you know what comes to mind is they had the Project Runway, which they like spoof Project Runway. Then
Okay.
they have like the comedians that are featured on the boat, some of the drag queens, judge this project Runway.
Okay.
So they have gay guys that go into teams and they have to improvise their outfits with like toilet paper, sheets, whatever they can find around the boat. And I just remember as we were sitting there, there was this one guy, and he wasn't part of the team, and he was just this older, very tan, leathery guy. He looked like Karl Lagerfeld. I mean, it was just alarming. And he must have been European. And he had like Borat. He had
God, those little.
No, he didn't even have the singlet.
Oh,
It was just. It was like something you would put a piece of fruit in.
Oh Jesus.
And it was crocheted, and it was lime green.
Oh God,
and
it's
it
crocheted.
and there was a string, and there wasn't no string on the other side, just over his balls and his penis and a string, but one ball was out. And I remember sitting there, and I was like, I'm trying to judge, but I'm like, this guy's balls out. Karl Lagerfeld, could you please remove your ball sack from the vicinity? And we were all mesmerized. And that guy was kind of like the talk of the ship. And I heard he went into the dining room. There is a dress code.
Oh, there
you
is.
can't go with your ball sack into the fine dining and your crochet. And the guy went like scantily clad. I think he tried to go like nude to the, and they were just like, sir, people sit here. So I do remember that.
She did. She did.
She did.
Oh,
She went on!
yay!
Oh my gosh!
So what I say, so Shawn's
Yes!
friend just made it to, and he said America's Got Talent.
Okay, my best friend, Vicky Barbalak, who's on America's Got Talent.
Woo!
I was just there supporting her last night in the semifinals. And the East Coast they're filming right now. So she just went on. We just got code or text to say that her daughter texted me to tell me that that all my friends and everyone here, please keep voting for her.
Yes.
This woman has worked so hard, and for a woman in this business, and we are, you think that like the hashtag Me Too movement is moving us forward. It is not. There is such a discrimination against funny women, and if you are past the age of 22, you are like the Walking Dead in this town. And my friend Vicky, she is doing it, and you guys just keep voting for her and make this happen. Vote, 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 vote.
What's her? You said it's trailer.
Well,
That's
on Twitter she's Trailer Vic, but
Trailer Vic,
when you go to vote for her, you can call, you can upload the upload. God, I sound like my upload, download. Oh my God, I'm now a 150-year-old Jewish aunt. You can upload, you can download the America's Got Talent app, and you can just, millennial that shit out and just tap, 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 tap.
Yes. So go vote for her. And so this will be. So this is just the first round for everything.
I think there are two more rounds, two more
okay.
live rounds, and then
Okay.
she can be in the finals.
Got it.
And I'm sad because when she goes on, I'm in New York, and then the finals are when I'm in Brazil for my sister-in-law's wedding.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's not like I can't skip town,
Right.
but I can get the gay forces. I will have an internet.
Yes.
And bitches, you better vote. I just said, listen, Vicky, I've got 10% of the population.
Right, exactly.
You do you, and then I got the 10%.
Exactly.
There you go. So it's great. But she's incredibly funny. She was showing me pictures of her set. I mean, just this pink and black, beautifully like zebra stripe looking, absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's so excited. So congratulations, Vicky. We hope you go all the way to the top. Fingers crossed. And we'll be voting.
Vote.
Coming forward. So congratulations. So let's talk about, since we're talking a little bit about stand-up, what really inspired you to do stand-up yourself? Like, what was...
I'm a masochist.
She's like, I'm a glutton for punishment. What was there anything like a defining moment or an event in your life that really kind of stands out that said, hey, got it. This is what I would love to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, I was born Jewish, so you have two choices. You become a doctor. You become an entertainer.
Or you run Hollywood.
Yeah, that's right. I know. Boy, I made a wrong decision, didn't I? Shit. I should have gone to the other side. Damn it. I should be managing Vicky Barbalak right now. What am I doing? Comedy, schmomedy. But yeah, no, I think what happened is I think I got a little discouraged when I was doing sketch comedy because we weren't in front of a lot of audiences.
Right.
I was busting my ass. And right after college, I did take a stand-up class with Judy Carter. And what happens is she teaches you to do 3 minutes,
Okay.
and then you go in front. We went in a real club. At the end of like 6 weeks, you perform in front of your friends and family with the other comedians. You do 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, you're
That's
supposed
quick.
to show up to open mics. You can take her class again. You can learn 10 minutes. And, you know, you're supposed to get up and do. Well, what I did is I did 3 minutes, and then I didn't do anything with it. And then later I was like, no, I'm going to take her 10-minute class.
Okay.
And I didn't really do anything with it. And I did well, but I was so involved in sketch comedy.
Yeah.
But I would still call myself a stand-up. Oh, I'm a stand-up. No, you're not. You don't do stand-up. And then as time went by and I got kind of tired of trying to get audiences and people to come in and compete with others, I thought to myself, well, if I do stand-up, it's just me up there.
Right.
And there's not someone funnier standing next to me or pulling this or that I've got to work with. And not that I'm not good with working with people. Obviously, I'm not that type of diva. But I would, hello.
I'm not going to say anything with that.
Yeah, but I just, you know, and so I just started kind of hitting a couple of open mics, but I lucked out. Someone said they're looking for women at the comedy store.
Yeah.
And Mitzi Shore owned the comedy store, the great, great, great icon, legendary Mitzi Shore, may she rest in peace, mentor to me. They said she's looking for women in the belly room, and I showcased in front of her, and she passed me, and that's how I met people like Vicky Barbalat.
Wow.
And there we were, a bunch of women working together, forming this camaraderie, thrown into a business full of hetero men.
Yeah, very hetero men. And so with that, and like when you said your first experience for doing it was that was Igby's.
Igby's,
That was
yes.
Igby's, okay.
Yes.
And
Do you hear that, Lisa Sunset? Igby's. I could not remember the name. I think it's Play Foreplay.
Yeah, it's something
It's a
like
strip
that.
club on Pico.
it's something nice and elegant. Now.
Yeah.
But you've done a lot of stuff for like, I mean, you've done television from everything from like Community, Lip Service,
Yeah.
Chelsea lately,
Yeah.
Gossip Queens, Pretty Hurts, Comic Con. I mean, I could go on.
Oh, so
and
many,
on, but-
so many credits.
Which is great, and I love some of the stuff
IMDb.
you've done for like. You did Last Comic Standing. You've done
I
stuff for
did.
the
I
Tonight
ate
Show.
shit. They hated me.
which I
I
find
have been
so
doing it
funny.
10 years.
Which
And
is so
Alonzo
funny.
Bowden's words were, you need to go back and work, you know, get more experience. I thought, because 10 years just isn't enough. Fuck you, Alonzo Bowden.
Yeah, that was.
You go to Melanie Graham. You both of you, fuck you.
But I mean, also, and I saw a couple of your stuff like you did on the Tonight Show, which was absolutely hilarious. And you, for anyone who doesn't know and or hasn't already guessed, she kind of does a little bit of a nod to a Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
She's her long lost twin sister.
How long? How long?
And I mean, I think like, this was one of the first times that was at Comedy Store I saw you there do the whole stand up with your whole Barbara stuff.
Yeah.
Lost my shit.
Yeah.
So funny. What did
Thank you.
that just come on by genetics that you kind of infused that into it, or did someone actually call you Barbara and
Yeah,
kind of,
no, I broke my nose like 4 times. I'm like one of those birds that don't see windows. I literally broke my nose 4 times.
Oh my god.
And then I guess as I started to get a little bit older, like after college, and my hair was brown, naturally brown, and
Yeah.
people were coming up to me and they're like, you know, you look like Barbara Streisand. And especially, and then when I started to immerse myself into the gay, I think that's why I started to immerse myself
Okay.
professionally into the gay community. I mean, I always had gay friends,
Mhm.
but I was working a desk job at a PR firm, and you know, I decided when I really decided to put my foot forward and do comedy full time,
Right.
I said, you know what I want to do? I want to cater to the gay community.
Okay.
I want to be a gay icon, and that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my following. And it's because, you know, and then they would look at me, and and people said, well, what made you want to do that?
Yeah.
And that's always where I felt most comfortable, but it's because, you know, gay men would stop me all the time and go, God, you really look like Barbra Streisand. I'm like, God, you look like Streisand. And so I think that's just kind of how that took on. And I always like to impersonate and do, and so when
Yeah.
I would watch movies or whatnot, I can't sing like her. And, and let's be honest. I'm not a Streisand fan, but I am waiting for her to die in a tragic boating accident so I can play her in the bio movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for J-Lo. Like, did anyone really know about Selena until J-Lo?
No.
I mean, and did anyone know about J-Lo till Selena?
No.
No. So I secretly wait, but we all know Streisand's gonna live to 150 with all her money.
She's gonna be like Cher, older
She
than
is.
God.
I'm never gonna get that role. I'm just sitting here like.
Well, and what's so exciting about this is if you guys haven't got yourself queued up for it yet, here on August 21st, and God, just here like in a week and a half?
I
Like,
know.
August 21st, we're gonna have her first 1 hour comedy special.
Yay!
Let's stretch it out. So I'm so excited. It's gonna be available on iTunes.
It's actually available on iTunes right now.
Oh, it is now? Oh.
You can pre-order it on iTunes. You
Got
won't
it.
get it until the 21st.
Okay.
But you can pre-order it on iTunes, and then you
Perfect.
can buy it on Amazon, and then on demand. If
Right.
you are like rich and you have full cable and you haven't cut the cord like
Right.
those fucking millennials, then you can do that. And then it's on like platforms like Xbox.
Yeah.
And,
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
It's like
Google Play.
everywhere.
It's on like 987 platforms. God bless.
Well, I was so lucky enough to get to go to this, and it was, epic. There was, again, granted, it was like every gay there from WeHo was there, and it was amazing.
There were gays not from WeHo.
There
There
was-
were gays that flew in for that, and
There
I'm so
were.
appreciative
There were.
that you came to be a part of this
We were
life.
so
It really meant a lot.
excited.
It really meant a lot to me.
And it's a big fucking deal, too, because you see the cameras everywhere, and they're, like, running around with those big... And it's just like, I could see your face when you watch it, you're just like, shit, I'm here. What was that moment for you, like, when you're just like, fucking finally, it's my 1 hour comedy special?
It was really surreal. The producer that talked me into doing this, I was like, you're out of your mind. I'm not gonna like sit and try and put a special together. I'll just wait for someone to do it for me. Well, if I wait, I would have died by now.
Yeah.
That's also like waiting for Streisand to die in a tragic boating accident.
Yeah.
Hint, Babs. But it's just, it was a very euphoric feeling, and I was really choked up to the fact that I could even speak. I got really choked up at the end of the night, which you don't see on camera. And when I
No.
thanked everybody, because it's all these people that come out, and you
It was
see
a
me.
packed
I'm starting
house.
to morph right now. It was, we shot 2 shows, like 500 people each
Yeah.
came out, and it really was. I'll never forget that moment,
Yeah.
and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the following supporters. And sometime in this town, you can be doing this. You can be in front of so many people, and the other side, the industry, they don't get you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
you're out there and you're doing it, and you've got this following, and it's loyal, and people get you, and you're like, but people are getting me.
Yeah.
Why aren't you on board with me?
Right.
And then suddenly things happen overnight.
Yeah.
And then you're like that happened with my friend Tiffany Haddish. She had been around for, 15 years
Wow.
doing it, just hitting it and doing it. And then it's like one movie, and
And
here
just
you
boom.
are.
Right.
And
Wow.
I guess it takes that moment. So sometimes you can wait around for that to happen to you, or you can make that moment happen yourself.
Exactly.
So that's why I need people to get out, not just vote for Vicky Barbalat,
Yes.
because bitch, you better help me. But two, it's people buying and putting my name up there and going on the charts on iTunes. So, so the world can find out.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's, the fact of the matter is, first of all, your routine is so
I paid
related.
him to say
no,
this.
no, God, no. She couldn't suck me off hard enough.
Au contraire. I am a master. I'm married to a Brazilian, right?
Girl love a fight. Girl love a fight.
Yeah, but again, first
I'll
problem.
swallow this whole thing right now.
First problem, she is a woman, so unfortunately, but her comedy sketch.
But I can lower my voice.
She can lower my voice. Just put a blindfold on. It's all the same. But it is. It's absolutely nice. And what I love about it is it's stuff we're all related to. Like she has a little bit she does on there about gay men and babies on airplanes, which I completely relate to. When she, what is it like?
When gay men are on your airplanes, and this is how you know as soon as a woman enters the plane with a crying baby.
Yeah.
You all of a sudden see all the gay man's eyes roll back into their head, and they're like, and you just hear this, and it's like somebody give that baby a lunette style. Like you could just, they're just so rude. It's just like people have to travel with their kids. They can't just ship them to Tallahassee. They got to go with them. And unfortunately,
Should
this
be an age
happens.
limit.
I mean, I really think they should
be
come
an
up with a
age
cargo hold for children, but that's a whole nother thing. But it's so true because I've been in an airplane with all these gays and you hear this. This collective gay sigh around the thing of them like bitching about the fact they see a small child come up.
Yeah.
So it's so relatable to everyone there. But again, it was a packed house. We came in there and we're just like, this is.
I think that's the scene you guys are in. Is that the clip that you guys
Yes.
are
I
in?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one
You're
of
in the shot. You got a money shot.
We got the money shot of this bug.
I know. I was like, you go for them, and then you go for them, and don't shoot anybody ugly in my audience.
Right, she took the pretty people because this face is money, baby.
Even though it's been shot on many times.
God, it's been
Oh, you
like,
have
I mean,
no idea.
comes a very good thing to help seat this
I
time.
know. Look at my skin.
And she's got the Brazilian one too, so it's like extra, so nice. Oh my god, I am so nasty. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I swear. I'm just drawn this way. What can, besides the comedy special coming up on August 21st, what can people check out? I know you have a ton of stuff listed on your website of upcoming gigs.
Yeah.
What's some of the things they can look out for?
Well,
here soon?
if you're going to be in Big Bear this weekend for the
Ooh.
Big Bear Romp, I will be performing for, guess what? I know it's a little redundant. I'm performing for Bears in Big Bears this Friday, August 17th. I'm super excited about that. And then I'll be performing in Mill Valley in San Francisco for rich white heterosexual people. And that will be August 26th.
Okay.
And then I'm always at the world famous Comedy Store weekly.
Yes.
And then I'll be in New York performing at the Broadway Comedy Club on Labor Day
Woo.
in honor of my friend Poppy Kramer. And I'll be doing the Howard Stern wrap-up show September
That's
6th, which I'm
amazing.
super excited about. And I'll just be traveling and moving. So just you can check my website at hahachick, HAHACHICK.com. And you can also go on there to order my comedy special,
Right.
find out where it's playing, if you want to watch a premiere of the comedy
There's a
special,
little
to
clip
see a
up
little
there,
trailer, see what's going on. Just check it out. I'm also having a premiere party, so everyone's invited to
Yes.
Mickey's this
West
Monday
Hollywood.
night, 6
Monday-
to 8:30, happy hour. Show your ass up. Gayer the better.
And there'll be a fun little comedy sketch going on there with
Yeah.
your friend. Oh, remind me her name.
My
It was-
friend Samantha Hell
Samantha
runs a
Hell, yes.
stand-up comedy show. And there's going to be a lot of great comedians going up in about 7:30, so come on out.
And they're so much better after like 3 or 4 drinks, so I mean, it's the perfect thing to go get to.
Well, don't
They're-
tell them that.
Yeah, right?
No, they're amazing. There's actually some really good ones that come in, and they're really funny. It's all local comedians
Yeah.
from the community, so you can go check them out there it's Mickey's 6 to 9:30. Go check it out. They'll do that. Is it just the clip you're going to be showing, right?
Yeah, just
Okay.
the clip. Yeah,
So go
just
check out
the
some
clip.
Just
Just
the
the
clip.
I mean,
Just the clip.
Get
there.
your $12.99, and instead of buying one Starbucks, can you buy my special?
Seriously. I mean, it's an hour long. I mean, it's like cheap.
It
It's
is.
all the thing.
Yeah,
Two.
and the best part of the special is my mom. We have like a little bit of a Larry David type of scene before the
yay.
special, and my mom she stole the whole.
Oh, I love it.
She's actually the funniest thing in my special. Sorry, you'll have to bear with another next 59 minutes after that, but she's great in it.
Oh yeah, your mom's so adorable, and it's again, go to hahachick.com to go pre-order your iTunes or go check out everything. It's all listed on the sign of her thing over upcoming events, and go check it out. I love that you're going to do bears. It's like bears, otters, and wolves. Oh my! So go to
It's
check
like
out.
a petting zoo.
It's like it is actually.
feed 'em.
Yeah, don't feed them. You don't want to feed them anything because you feed them, they turn into scary things at night. We'll leave it out there. But we want to thank you so much, Shawn, for coming on.
Thank you so much
You
for having
of
me
course,
and
love.
just being truly. You guys have been loyal supporters,
Always.
and I could not be more grateful.
Oh, well, we freaking
Just
love
there.
you so much. I mean, yeah, this is funny as shit. Again, this does not shut off, which is so amazing because neither do we. So
I know. I
she
think
is
that's why my
per-
husband's going to put a pillow over my head while I'm sleeping. I may not see
He is so quiet, too.
37.
37. I thought it was 29.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I forgot.
Air quotes.
No, but again, it's. I mean, this is too funny though because he is so freaking quiet until you get him liquored up, then no
Yeah.
holds bar. But I mean, it's just. I mean, you guys are so beautiful together. He
Thank
did
you.
in a year 3 weddings in 2014, which I don't know how the fuck you did that.
I don't either.
It was crazy. It was like here in Mexico, and it was just like and like
Brazil, here, had a party here, and the courthouse.
and it was bless her.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
I know, bless me. Now we've got to stay married, right? You have 3 weddings. You better stay married.
Right, exactly.
Imagine the 3 divorces.
Oh God.
Divorces.
Oh God.
Well, she reminds me every day. If you want that green card, honey, you're gonna stay.
Oh
here.
yeah. I just go citizenship.
But check her out. It's Shawn Pelofsky. If you go check out, and then you can follow her all online for Shawn Pelofsky. Is it just straight up Shawn Pelofsky across Instagram and Twitter?
Yeah. I mean, it's a really easy name.
Yeah.
Shawn Pelofsky. Just rolls off your tongue. Yeah, it's at Shawn Pelofsky for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is Shawn Pelofsky Comedy is my fan page.
Right.
And then I have my Shawn Pelofsky-Oliveira, which you can follow me, can't friend me, and I'm sorry, because that's Mark Zuckerberg's bullshit that you can't have more than 5,000 friends. What?
Which is so dumb.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. But
Oh, and I even have Snapchat too, like a fucking 10-year-old.
she's on the millennial train. If you can't beat them, join.
I'm so with it.
We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to our first episode of season 3. We thank you guys so much for your support.
Thank you for
as well.
having me.
Thank you.
Stretch it out.
Stretch it out, motherfuckers. And you can see her stretch it out here on her comedy special here on August 21st, which we're so excited for. Thank you to GayLifeLA.com for all they do for us, Kings Road Apartment Homes, and Impulse Group Los Angeles. Thank you guys all so much for what you do to support us here today. So we'll tell you next week. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Bye.